Fucking do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh boy. Welcome. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew.
We're going to make this
We're a
short.
little
Maybe not.
gnarly right now.
They're a little.
Not
gnarly
me. I'm
right
completely sober.
Jeremiah's. What are you doing?
He's got the boom mic.
He's doing something with his hand back there.
It's the boom mic. All right.
We got Karen's husband in the background doing shadow puppets for us.
Say hi, Jeremiah. Hello.
He said hello. All right.
You didn't hear that.
So we told you guys we would do a quick podcast for you, a quick show. He's just dancing. See, you guys can't see him. I can. So we all just got
Walk
done.
like a bitch.
So we set up the projector in my backyard and we watched Five Nights at Freddy's, and so we're gonna go ahead and review that for you. And Jeremiah's sitting in watching.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny because I told him he could do whatever he wants with the shadows.
Yeah.
So
we might
if there's a
laugh.
magical penis that pops up,
We might laugh at things that you don't see.
yeah.
They're gonna.
Obligatory. I'm gonna be like talking like straight face and like look over and just start busting up a laugh. Like anyway, fuck.
The thing about it is my back is to my husband. They're gonna be able to see things that I can't.
My back is to him too, but
I
see
know.
the shadows.
I
can
guess
see everything. I can see the shadows
yeah.
and I can see him, so it makes it all that much better.
Use
It's
your
true.
peripherals.
Peripheral.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. We're not doing any other stuff. It's just the movie
Straight to the
for this
movie.
one. Straight to the movie
All right,
on this
so
one.
at a minute 47.
We're not doing timestamps. We don't need all that shit.
Yeah, because you don't expect me to give you no timestamps because that's not going.
I wasn't expecting it. We're not doing our homework on this one. Oh my god. What
This is all fucking just straightforward to it, guys.
I'm sorry for the people who are only listening and not watching. I should say that more often because there's a lot of things that we do on this podcast that you would have to see.
Yeah, ever since we switched to
Did you see
video,
that?
there's
Yeah.
a lot of visual.
There's a
things
lot
that
of visual
happen.
shit instead of us just sitting around lounging like in our PJs talking.
Yeah.
Now it's us actually doing shit and
They
acting
don't want to
retarded.
see me in my PJs. That'd be bad.
I want to see you out of your PJs.
That is my PJs.
What, naked?
Gross.
Straight butt naked.
Oh fuck yeah, birthday suit.
Gross.
Anyway, so Karen's got the
I got a small plot.
small plot.
What's
Let's give
available.
them a synopsis
That's what she
and who's
said.
in it, and all that good stuff, and then we'll get into the actual
Oh,
movie.
All right,
Nice.
so
And there are heavy spoilers. We're gonna warn you. This movie just came out, but fuck you if you haven't seen it. It's on Peacock. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Don't click on
It's
a
an hour and
podcast
40
talking
minutes.
about
Go
the
watch
movie.
the shit. Who cares?
Don't click on a podcast talking about.
I'm
the
just
movie.
gonna-
You haven't seen the movie. You
Right,
don't want
exactly,
spoilers.
yeah.
And then don't complain about
Hey,
it either.
It's free on the
Common
Peacock.
sense.
It's free on the Peacock. It's free on the CAC.
On the cock.
And the CAC.
The P.
I mean, it's not free,
Hey,
I guess, but you
the-
got to pay for the subscription.
Hey, the Peacock.
Right.
Go to
Eric's
the
a little
shower.
special right now. He's had quite a few. How much of that bottle have you drank?
special. It was almost
About
full when he
half.
got here.
It was full when he got
It
here.
was full. It's half.
Yeah, it's
He was-
half
he was-
empty.
He was chugging.
Is it half empty or half full?
Depends on
Depends
your,
on your view.
whether you're a pessimist or an optimist.
Both.
On both.
It's half air. All right, go ahead,
is
Karen.
true.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
She's like, I expected this shit.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
got
just
a
gonna go
DD
with
tonight, so why not? Fuck it.
yeah. I'm just gonna go with the same page
Thank
here.
you,
So
Madison.
That's fine.
For what?
Five Nights at Freddy's is a
Come on,
2023 American supernatural horror film based on
Oh,
the video
yeah.
game.
Shh. Hey, she's reading. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Fuck her reading.
Fuck
Oh.
you.
Based on the video game franchise of the same name created by Scott Cawthon.
Cawthon.
Okay, I forgot to reiterate. Madison is a huge Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah,
fan.
Madison-
She's our fan here. She's the
Yeah.
one who knows.
Madison
Everything
probably
about
knows
it.
way more about this.
Yeah,
than
she's played all the
anybody sitting
games.
here.
Yeah, she's played all the games. She's watched all the YouTubers play it. She's a big
I
Markiplier
want to say this.
fan, which I love Markiplier too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Markiplier's
lie.
hilarious.
He's
I wanna
fucking
say-
hilarious.
Him
I
and
love that dude.
Jacksepticeye, those guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish to God it was a little bit more blood and gore.
We'll get there. Calm
Yeah,
down,
calm
Eric.
down. We're
You're
not there yet.
See, this is why your wife. Why you have 6 kids? You burst too easy, man. You go too fast.
Actually, no, but Hey, whatever.
No, I make her love that
She
shit.
just enjoys it.
That's why I want to hear it.
All right. Yeah, Madison's a big fan.
Long loving.
Long loving. Come on.
Little long loving.
No.
Yeah.
Metaphorically, right?
No. No. I'm not gonna lie about it.
All right. Anyway, back to the thing. Sorry, Karen.
Directed by Emma Tammy. She got 2 first names too.
What the fuck is with these people in 2 names?
Well, that's probably why she named the girl that.
Hey, all my kids have 2 nicknames. Or 2 middle names. Sorry, not
They do.
nicknames.
2 nicknames: Dick and
Fuck.
yeah,
Dick fuck.
Cupcake
Yeah,
and
fuck.
Fuckface.
No, 2 middle names. They actually all have 2 middle names.
They do. Who co-wrote the screenplay with Cawthon and Seth Cuddeback from A Story by Cawthon.
None of these people sound like real people.
Well, this one does. Chris Lee Hill and Tyler McIntyre.
Is it a tall hill or is it a short hill?
Might be the short hill.
Okay.
The film stars
Short bus.
Josh Hutcherson as a troubled security guard who accepts a nighttime job at an abandoned family entertainment center where he discovers its 4 animatronic mascots are alive and kill anyone that is still there after midnight. Elizabeth Lale, Piper Rubio, and Mary Stuart Masterson and Matthew Lillard appear in supporting roles.
So we all know some of these people. So Matthew Lillard. We all know and love him as Stu from Scream
Or Scooby.
and Scooby Doo.
Or not,
If you're
he
yeah,
wasn't
Which we
Scooby-Doo.
didn't know,
An
but
amazing,
Stu actually
amazing-
became this guy.
Yeah,
after
definitely, for
he
sure.
Left
an amazing
after he faked his own death. Stu became this guy.
and he gets to play crazy again. It's great.
Shh.
Hey.
Giving too much
I told
away.
you there's fucking spoilers.
Let's
Yeah, that's
stop
right.
negating the fact that he's an amazing actor.
Yeah, I forgot. Spoilers.
I love Matthew Lillard,
a
man.
fucking
I was
awesome
the best
person.
part about this movie already. Like as soon as he was on screen, it's like instantly my favorite character. Why? Because it's Matthew Lillard. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's
Now,
all
all.
I
you
want
need
to
to
point this out. Now, did anybody else feel like he looked like the dude from Office Space that wanted to burn the fucking place down when you first met him?
Milton?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
With
No.
the glasses and shit?
No.
No.
Not
yeah,
at all.
that's exactly the first thing I thought when I seen him. I was like, that motherfucker wants to burn that motherfucker down.
he wasn't looking for
No.
a stapler.
Yeah, no.
Unless he was gonna
He-
staple
he
somebody's
looked like
face.
He wanted to though.
No.
I didn't
seen
get
it,
that
though.
vibe at all.
I did. I definitely.
How much did you have to
I
drink?
did not get the vibe, like the personality.
I didn't get
was,
no. I didn't get any
but
of that.
The look.
No.
The look with the glasses looked like fucking Milton.
No, he just looked like a guy in an office with glasses.
Also, you'd recognize the girl who
That's
plays what's her face?
Vanessa.
Vanessa. She was in You,
She played
and
Beck.
she was in another horror movie. I can't remember
She was
which
also
one.
Anna from Once Upon a Time.
And she was
Just wanna
apparently
throw that out
in
there.
I
Once
never
Upon a
watched
Time.
Once Upon a Time.
I
I didn't
Well,
either.
I think we
watched
watched.
it
We
four
tried to watch
times.
season 1.
What the fuck
didn't we?
is
We
Once
didn't get
Upon a
into it.
Time?
Once Upon a
That
Time,
Disney
it's the
fairy
real
tale
stories of all the
bullshit.
Disney characters.
Well, we tried.
But it's in a show where Snow White's daughter is the savior.
Okay,
so
we're
my
getting way
wife
off
would know
topic.
that,
This is
but
supposed to be a
hey.
short
Sorry. Okay.
podcast.
Getting it back into the plot. Here is the plot, and it's very short. This because it's just new.
That's what she said.
To you.
Mike Schmidt, a mall security guard, is fired after
Guilty.
assaulting a negligent father. Who said he was negligent?
He wasn't negligent.
He
He was
wasn't
just being
negligent.
fucking rude.
Like,
his kid.
He just grabbed his kid and started to walk
He
away.
was like, "Come on, let's go!" And he was like, "Oh, he's gonna kidnap him." Like
Like it was kind of like
You got
he
some
just
PTSD.
walked
That
up
was-
and grabbed
that
his
was
kid.
very-
You don't see very much base on the father though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you say he was negligent? We don't have
that's
much
what I was like. I was
backstory.
like, "Hold on, now he just attacked him. Like
Just
he's
like
a
out of
fucking
nowhere.
security
well,
guard."
I think it was based on the fact that the kid was like trying to. Pull
I get
away.
that, but like
Sure, but like
I'm
his
saying,
reaction,
was extreme.
yeah, it was like, holy shit, dude! Like,
Calm down.
Like-
Like,
some PTSD.
I could imagine like running after him and like grabbing him and saying like, "What are you doing? Like, is
There
that your?"
wasn't
You know what I
much
mean?
Story on the father figure, like the father.
Yeah,
of
their
the
their
dude.
dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dad.
He
There was
died.
not very much story
Well, the
on
mom
that.
obviously died too.
They
but,
both
like,
did.
They didn't give very much
Yeah,
backstory about the family at all, like other than the kid.
That's because it
the
was made
kid-
for the
so
fans.
the
fans
mom,
already
the
know
mom
about it.
died, and then I guess the
Yeah, but
dad
we
couldn't
don't-
hack it, so
It
he
wasn't
offed
made for you
himself.
guys.
But we should, but like
Oh, damn.
they should give that background for. If
They-
they're gonna
they
make it for
specifically
the
said in
audience.
it. Sorry.
No, if
They
they're
At
gonna
least
make
for
specifically
it,
the
said-
audience.
In interviews that it was only for fans. That if other people joined the fandom, that was fine.
And that's
but it
why
was
it's
for
bombing.
fans.
You're not wrong. See, now we'll get there. We're gonna get there,
Yeah.
but you're not wrong.
Don't point at her.
But
That's
then
rude.
again,
She's fucking right.
hold on now.
That's
But then
rude.
again,
No,
I will
I'm
also
not-
say
I'm going
people
to be,
people
I'm going
want
to be
this.
on your side.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm not disagreeing.
I'm
Let's
just
continue,
telling
though.
you. I'm just telling you from a person who has been a huge fan of movies for as long as I have been, and as a person who has been around reviewing and paying attention.
The fuck?
Paying attention.
He doesn't exist. Okay.
He exists in my mind. All right, 'cause
Paying
he's
attention.
there.
Anyway, continue with the plot.
Anyways, go on.
All right. Negligent father, who wasn't really negligent, I don't understand, who he mistook for a kidnapper. He is sent to visit career counselor Steve Raglan, who offers him work as a night guard at an abandoned family diner known as Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Though initially reluctant, Mike accepts the offer after social services threatens to take custody of his younger sister Abby and pass her over to his estranged Aunt Jane. On his first night,
Like I said, if you're not watching the video,
Did I get it?
yeah, you got it. Yeah, it was good. It was
Hopefully
good.
they caught that, because holy
It
shit.
did. He just lifts it up and it's like.
oh God, Eric, are you okay?
Dude, don't throw
Oh,
up.
the fucking... the fucking eulogy. What?
Eric's over there fucking dying.
Just thinking of the fucking the blue collar comedy show. I was like, during the eulogy. Hey, what?
On his first night, Mike falls asleep and dreams about the kidnapping and presumed murder of his brother Garrett, before seeing 5 children who witness the kidnapping, but they run away. On the second night, Mike's dream is repeated, but when he attempts to confront one of the children, he is attacked and wakes up. Mike meets police officer Vanessa Shelley, who notices his wounds and patches him up. Vanessa shows him around the restaurant and tells him that the place closed in the 1980s after 5 children were murdered there. The bodies were never found.
She just wanted that dick. I'm sorry.
Oh, she was all over them
she
nuts.
wanted it.
You
It
could
was
tell that the
obvious.
first time because she rolled up on him in that cop car. She was like, "Just watch yourself."
But she's prettier than him.
Oh, way.
Hey, don't negate the fact that she wanted that dick.
She wanted that dick.
She's way prettier than him, though. I'm just
It don't
saying.
matter.
It's like, yeah.
That's a way to boost the man's confidence.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
If a
Eric.
man's like, "Oh, hey, she's hotter than me, but she wants that,"
I'd date her just because she's Matthew Lillard's daughter.
Not in
you
real
just want an
life.
in with Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, that's
Not
all.
Wait, not in real life, right?
Matthew
No, not in
Lillard
real life.
Is a fucking
I was gonna say.
awesome person. All right.
That's what my husband just texted me. Legend of the penis.
Legend of the penis.
Yeah.
You don't want to see what my wife says.
No, I don't. On the third night, Jane hires a group of juvenile delinquents to vandalize the restaurant in order to get Mike fired, an act which on the third night, but actually it's during the day.
Yeah, and also, not only is it on the third day and it's during the day, but also she only pays him $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you could for
Hey,
$1,000 I ain't
I
getting
can't
out of
even
bed
bail
for that
myself
shit.
out.
That's a good hooker right there.
Sure,
$1,000.
if that's what
Yeah,
you're
but you can't
in
even.
for.
I can't even bail myself out for vandalizing or attempting to rob a place for $1,000.
Why would you be doing that?
I'm saying I'm not
Because
doing
some lady's
anything.
paying me
I'm not doing
$1,000 to
anything
do it.
illegal for under 10
Like,
grand.
Why would you do it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can't pay my legal fees or bail myself out for $1,000.
yeah,
So you're a dumbass.
Exactly. That's
yeah.
my point.
They're
dumb.
dumbasses. They're
They're
fucking
dumb.
dumbasses.
Yeah, those people were dumbasses.
And I'm sorry, I don't think that it's gonna hold up in court that
Are you peeking in on the video? He's like, just hey.
Hey guys.
He's just peeking in every once in a while, like,
The Mortal Kombat guy.
oh, Toasty, Toasty.
Yeah, so there's a chair right there. We could bring him in on here, and he could sit here
I'm
with
just
us.
gonna sit there. It's more fun this way if I just chill there.
It's even better if he just goes and sit directly in front of the camera, where his eyes are right above it, and he's just like looking around, like
Hey,
every
I
once in a while he
just
just
say-
picks up a beer.
I say we put him right there in front of all the knickknacks.
Wow, way to make. And we're just gonna make this the weirdest fucking podcast ever.
Why not? You know, we might be getting
This might get
views.
like the most views we've ever had.
It might.
We'll see.
Like
Anyway,
us and love us.
what are you looking at? I also
You're
didn't
welcome.
understand how he could be responsible. Like I don't he didn't leave anything
he left
unlocked.
the door unlocked.
He left the door unlocked.
He
and
didn't though. They had to break it open with a crowbar.
No, he didn't.
They didn't.
No, he
No.
said he sees an entrance because the
Yeah.
door was
They left
halfway.
an
It was
entrance
cracked.
open.
It was open. So
Okay.
They left an opening.
Okay.
Threw his pills in the ocean.
it was a fucking river, dude.
Yeah, well, it was
It
more
was
like
very small. It was like a little creek.
It was. Yeah, I was gonna say it was more like a. What do you call that?
Jeremiah said the ocean.
The
Threw
ocean.
his pills in the
There's a big
ocean.
old body of water where shit gets lost in.
Yeah, no, shit is right because that's probably all it is.
I was gonna say it was more like a. What
One
do
of
they
those
call that?
sewage things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
they have, for like suburbs
Like
and
in
stuff.
GTA.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that they
Where
built
you
like a
hide from the
man-made
cops
thing
at.
or
Like
whatever.
you might
Live.
likely fish out a turd. Yeah.
Oh, I found my medicine. Nope, that's not my
No, that's
medicine.
not medicine.
Anyway, on the
I'll tell
third
you
night,
what, though, them fish,
I already
they're
read
enjoying
that.
it.
As the break-in occurs, the restaurant's animatronic mascots, Freddy, Fazbear, Chica, Foxy, and Bonnie, come alive and murder the delinquents. One of the vandals is Abby's babysitter, Max, which requires Mike to bring Abby to his next shift. When the mascots activate that night, they befriend Abby, but are hostile toward and corner Mike and Vanessa, though they survive. Mike discovers that the mascots are possessed by the ghosts of the murdered children, whose leader, a blonde boy, consistently mentions a yellow rabbit. In between shifts, Mike takes sleeping pills to help him visualize Garrett's kidnapping, which went cold years ago.
Hold on, I want to stop you for a second. Jeremiah, could you do me a solid and turn off that fucking dehumidifier?
Oh, yeah,
We always turn that off
your
before the
job.
show.
Totally forgot.
That is your
I
job.
totally forgot.
Dude, Eric is dropping the ball today, dude.
Hey,
you have
hey.
3
Do
fucking
you
jobs, man.
understand that I started with a full bottle here? Okay, I'm working on.
That's
almost
right.
a
Blame
full
it on the
bottle.
alcohol.
Hey,
Blame
Leave
it
it on
Hey.
the
Hey,
out-
Hey.
It's got an off button, or you
I
can
will
just.
leave you here. You
or you
don't have to
can-
go home.
I can pass out in your front yard. Don't you just
It's
judge
supposed
me.
to
That's what I
rain
just
tonight,
said.
man.
So
I think so. I don't feel good. Then I can piss
can
myself
do
and not
that.
feel
I have
guilty
no
about
problem.
it.
You
I-
can do that.
Nobody would
though.
know if
I
you
have
pissed
It
passed
won't
yourself.
out.
bother me at all.
I have passed out on a pool table. Don't judge me. I will pass out on a fucking.
You're a lot
So do
older
it.
now. That would hurt.
It's not gonna hurt me.
It won't hurt me. Trust me.
What?
You missed it.
Bitch is hardcore.
I got a hoodie. I
Bitch
can
is
pass out
hardcore.
out in the yard. I don't
Do
That
it.
expensive piece.
Okay.
Do it. It does no harm to me whatsoever.
Okay.
I do
I'm
not
sorry.
care.
Okay.
Was that
Okay.
expensive
Hey,
piece?
I won't pass out in your yard with a beer in with this bottle in my hand, and you can wake me up in the morning.
I
Don't
probably
wake
won't,
yourself
but
up in the
okay.
morning. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miss
Miss
Susie.
Guzzi.
Mi scusi.
Knocking on the door like that.
Hold on.
excuse me, excuse me. You gotta get me for a
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
All right.
Go
Hold on. I got the
Have
best
we
one
even
for
made
it.
it
I got
past
the best
the
one.
plot
I got the
yet?
best one.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
That's some bullshit. Anyways, have we even made it past the plot yet?
No, you keep
No.
interrupting us.
Motherfucker, I haven't interrupted shit.
No, Dad, that was you this time. And then
Yeah.
we just got off track.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
I'm not playing it.
Okay, that's
That would just
I don't
feed into
care.
your.
I just said it, but it's true. I'm surrounded by assholes. Anyways,
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
On the fourth night, Vanessa panics over Abby's increasing friendship with the mascots and warns Mike to not bring her to the restaurant again. Mike gets Jane to
He doesn't
babysit.
warn him. She threatens him.
You
Says,
bring her
if
back
you bring her
here,
back, I
I'll
will shoot you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which I feel like, and it's just another trope that plays out in a lot of movies, but like, she could have just told him the whole truth.
Oh, for sure. Like, okay, so her character is very she has a very odd character because like
no, because you don't understand in the games, like the lore. Her name is Vanessa, but she's not related to Afton at all. Mike Schmidt, his real name is Michael Afton. He's actually related to William Afton. It's his son because in Garrett, I don't know what his name is in the games. I just call him Crying Child because he cries all the time. He dies because his head gets chomped on by Freddy from the original place, and he dies, and then it's actually Michael's fault because Michael and his friends are the ones that lifted him up there, and then the tears from the crying child activated the spring locks. And then, like, that's their whole little demented family. And then Vanessa was just some security guard that was hired in, and she turned out to be Vanny, which is, like, in the newer place trying to kill Gregory. I don't know who Gregory is, though. He's, like, some kind of
she's made that shit really fucking confusing.
The guy who wrote the movie, wrote the games, and he totally fucked it all up. Sounds like.
Yeah,
no,
like
because in the books, I've read all three of the main books, right? Charlie's alive, but Charlie died in the games.
Who's Charlie?
who the fuck
There's
is Charlie?
books.
Exactly,
Who's
and
the
Charlie's
fucking
not
books?
even in the movies. And then Abby, she's not in the games or the books, so I don't know where she comes in.
When the fuck did the books come into play?
So apparently, okay, so the guy who wrote the games apparently wrote the movie, but apparently he took some liberties with that.
Okay.
Apparently he took some liberties with that and decided he was going to change up his own lore, which is fine
He does
because
that every time.
he's the original creator, so fuck it, he can do whatever he wants with it. The way I see it,
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
his shit. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Well,
Have at it, Hoss.
and the thing is like just like any other media, specifically books, games, any other media that gets transferred from one media to another, they're always going to have to change something
So
or
annoying.
warp or move.
It's not annoying so much as it is something that. So they. The way I see it is sometimes people will write something and they're like later on they might realize, man, I could have wrote that differently. I wanted to make it this way instead. This sounds better. This looks better. This feels better. And so if they get a chance to rewrite that, then they're like, I'm going to do it the way that I think is better.
Speaking of which, they're going to make Barbarian into a video game.
What is it?
Barbarian.
Into a video game?
Which I think actually works better as a video game.
The movie? Into a video. How is that going to work?
I think it would actually
kind
work.
of video game?
I think like because wouldn't like so if you're like the person maybe renting the house or something. I don't know.
It's like the smallest house ever.
Well,
It's got 2
but-
bedrooms.
Okay, but like the movie's so convoluted that I can see it working better as a video game.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe in this case, like a Five Nights at Freddy's type game, or
Because a video game doesn't necessarily have to have a linear plot, or does it? Like it doesn't have to be.
You know what I want to see make into a video game? Damnation Alley.
No, I want that to be remade and.
okay, we're getting off topic. Let's go.
Anyway, all right. So
This is like, let's just stay on topic here. We're getting way off topic.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to stay on topic because we're trying to make this a short one.
Mike gets
But why?
Jane to babysit Abby, much to Abby's frustration as he goes to the restaurant during the day and overdoses. He doesn't overdose. He just takes sleeping pills.
Well,
Overdoses.
He doesn't overdose.
Yeah,
at any
overdoses
point in the movie.
insinuates that he like dies or ends
or
up in the hospital.
ends up in the hospital. Yeah, he doesn't overdose at all.
He just takes sleeping pills. Inside the dream, the 5 children appear again and tell Mike that he can stay with Garrett forever in exchange for Abby. At Mike's house, Jane is murdered by Golden Freddy, a variant of Freddy Fazbear, possessed by the blonde boy who takes Abby back to the restaurant by hitching a ride.
Did they ever find that girl's body? The aunt or whatever?
I assume. Yeah, they didn't really tie that up in a very
Yeah.
nice bow, did they?
No.
Who takes
Don't even know if
Abby?
she's dead, really.
Well, yeah. How do they really How do they figure that? Like, how do they figure out who killed
See, this
her?
is
Like,
why
how
they
do
have
they?
to make a second one.
Well, yeah, but like, even still, like Mike and Abby go back to that house, and presumably there's nobody looking for her murderer.
Right.
you just brought up a really good like loose end that nobody really tied.
Well, with the
The
babysitter.
aunt, you know, the aunt.
Oh, the aunt. Yeah.
And
Like
those people that went
assuming
missing,
people would go after Mike for it because it's his house.
Right. Yeah.
They're
How
not
did
gonna
he
go.
clean up
They're
that
not
mess?
gonna go after an animatronic.
Yeah. How did he clean up that mess exactly?
Exactly.
He would have had to have been the one to clean it. That is a good point. Yeah. Like, was he okay with just burying his aunt's dead body, or?
I mean,
No, she was kind of a
well,
bitch,
but
and
then
she
again,
smelled like
well,
cigarettes.
no, because that Vanessa girl was still in the hospital.
Hey, imagination.
Anyways, that Vanessa girl.
All right. Okay. Who takes Abby back to the restaurant by hitching a ride with a taxi driver? Mike is repeatedly attacked in his dream and wakes up strapped to a torture device that attempts to tear off his face. He escapes the device and flees the restaurant with Vanessa's help. After Mike explains his dream, Vanessa reveals that she is the daughter of William Afton, the
What
serial
a bitch.
the serial killer who murdered Garrett and the
See, that
other
doesn't make
5
any
children,
sense.
and that his victims' souls and the mascots are under his control. Realizing that William is planning to murder Abby, Mike rushes to the restaurant with
That's
the
fucked up.
necessary
Who wants to kill a kid?
See, Vanessa in the newest game and Security
Freddy
Breach is
and
the,
William Afton.
is a like bad guy.
He's
because
John
she's
Wayne
being,
Gacy.
like, brainwashed by
Yeah,
this thing that
he's
she had to
shit.
put on for the security job. She's being brainwashed by it, and it's like it's Afton, like William Afton, telling her to do stuff, but like his soul is in the thingy that she's wearing.
Right.
But it's like already implanted in her brain. And it's like telling
So I'm
her to
assuming
do
that if they're
stuff.
going to make any sequels to this movie, it will involve William Afton being in that animatronic.
Well, he'll probably be dead. It'll be his body.
Right,
You know, just like the
exactly.
kids, yeah.
But that'll kill me because, I don't know, man, Matthew Lillard, he needs to work. So if it
I
comes...
think that
Matthew Lillard is an awesome actor, so I think he needs more
Well,
opportunities.
And he's a good dude, too.
Matthew Lillard has the same attitude as like Robert Englund. He takes jobs that he wants to take.
Not exactly. So Matthew Lillard is, I would say he's washed up. He's not washed up. He's short on where he doesn't get a lot of offers, a lot of work. And he's even said this because I remember I saw him in at a con. I didn't see him personally, but I was watching an interview with him at a con. And all he did was praise the crowd for being there. And he said, "You don't understand how much it means to me when you guys come in, and I know that you don't like having to pay for autographs." He goes, "But you don't understand. That's what pays my bills." He said, "And I appreciate every one of you for that." He goes, he's like doing these cons and stuff. He goes, "It may not seem like much to other actors, but to me, it means the world because it helps pay my bills."
Oh wow!
So he's like the sweetest fucking guy and like the most down to earth. Like he loves his fans.
Wow!
So because he was there with Jamie Kennedy and Nev Campbell because they were doing a Scream thing.
Wow!
So I was just like, and Skeet Ulrich was there, and I was just like, wow, dude, like he's just like the most nice dude, and he loves all his fans, and he's just like, and he appreciates them for just doing what they can. He said every little bit helps.
Yeah, they really need to give him more work.
No
He's
shit, man, he
amazing.
deserves a lot more for
Yeah,
sure.
He does.
I heard he's a very decent guy to be around.
Yeah.
Well, I seen him at Horror Hound, and he was like really sweet.
Yeah, he's a very sweet dude.
Yeah.
He's a very
Huh.
nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I almost ran into him, and he apologized to me.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Like-
I really feel like that dude needs.
I almost ran into him.
And that's because he's been acting for years.
Yeah.
I mean, we did Serial Mom,
Yeah.
and he was in that. It was like one of
It
his
was
first acting
It was
gigs.
one of his first roles. Yeah.
And so to see him in that, and then like to see how he's like evolved from there, but like he hasn't let
Stu in
Yeah,
Serial Mom,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
yeah he
You
hasn't
know,
let Hollywood swallow him and
Mm-mm.
consume him and chew him up.
I really
Well,
feel
and I
like
think that's
he could
really-
have
Go ahead.
some very good comedic roles or some very good horror
Mhm.
roles. You just got to put him in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, look at him in 13 Ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was great in
amazing.
that,
Yeah,
man. He was just that.
amazing.
He was that fucking sensible
He
character.
was absolutely
was-
the best part of
He was
13.
sensible,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
yet comedic.
yeah,
Comedic.
Well,
comedic,
you know,
comedic,
comedic.
comedic,
I think
comedic.
that, the problem.
Hey.
The
Oh
problem,
my god, dude, that bottle's almost gone.
I think the problem is that like you end up with like these people that let Hollywood let swallow, and then they get the jobs.
They swallow enough.
That's what the problem is.
That is
They're
the
all
problem.
out there
They're
swallowing.
Yep, they're swallowing. And then the good people like Matthew Lillard, they get lost.
That's the problem is he's not out there swallowing enough, I guess, because he's,
You know he had a voice in Supernatural
Yeah.
with Shag. Oh no, yeah, it was the crossover.
Yeah, he did they did the crossover with
I
Supernatural.
love that Scooby.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that one yet.
Sorry, I'll shut
I'm
up.
not there yet.
It's good.
I know.
It's good.
I know. I think it's the next season. I don't think it's this season.
It's good.
I think
He
he'd
was
be
at
great.
Actors too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was. I think he'd be great at Scrappy Doo.
Hold on now. We don't talk about
We don't talk about Scrappy Doo. Eric, drink your drink.
Drink your drink. All right.
All right,
Okay.
so
I
where
had
was
been
I?
drinking my
After I'm just gonna start here.
So,
After-
Madison, when you take everybody home, Karen is last.
I'm not taking you home.
You can take me home first, and then Karen can be
She's gonna
last.
drive halfway out to your house and just drop you off in the country.
Karen will probably have better directions than I can.
For
Girl, you're
now,
the one that said that
I haven't
you'd have
finished my
directions.
drinks.
Hey,
After Mike
this is
explains
my
his
third
dream,
one.
Vanessa reveals that she is the daughter of William Afton, the serial killer who murdered Garrett and the other 5 children, and that his victims' souls and the mascots are under his control. Realizing that William is planning to murder Abby, Mike rushes to the restaurant with the necessary equipment to disable the mascots. At the restaurant, Chica attempts to murder Abby, but Mike arrives and saves her. Mike,
Hold on. Necessary equipment means tasers.
I thought about stopping to say that.
So the one thing that bothered
Cow
me,
prods.
like some of it, I'm like, all right, yeah, taser to the face for one of them, yeah, that's gonna fuck up their electrical equipment. The one where he like spilt the water on the stage and then like shot the taser at the water, that's not doing shit. Them tasers don't put out enough fucking wattage to do that much. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to travel through that water and then into both animatronics. Both.
Quick question.
It's not doing enough.
When did the hell did they use the cow prods? I never seen that.
yeah,
They had them.
He used it on the cupcake.
yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well,
I
but
didn't-
where
I
did he
didn't
get the
see that.
taser from?
He
Like
put
that
the taser
gun
out, and
taser?
then
Did he get it from
whenever
her?
the cupcake
Yeah,
was
he got
going
the gun
out, and then
tasers from her.
Okay,
Probably
so
when I went
those
to
kind of
take a
tasers
piss.
actually put out a lot
I don't
more
remember
wattage
that
than
at all.
civilian
I
types.
don't know, probably.
Yeah, but enough to like travel through the water, enough ambers to travel through the water and then into both animatronics.
I would think so. Yeah.
You think so?
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
take your word
definitely.
for it.
With
I would
water,
think so,
yeah.
yeah.
I want you to make it make sense to me because I was watching. I was like,
I-
hold on.
With water, yeah, definitely.
Shh.
That's awesome.
I-
If you heard that, that was Jeremiah opening a can.
I think they got that, Eric.
Okay.
I don't know if they
Way to
heard it,
ruin it, dude.
because it never catches it.
Never catches it.
I mean, hell, it doesn't.
He needs to
never
just come
do-
in and just do it next to the mic one time.
Yes, he does.
He's like, damn, I gotta chug this one now.
Because I mean, how many times have we stopped and looked upstairs, like, "Hey guys, what the fuck are you doing up there?" And it never catches it. But him,
That's because I use the denoise thing. It's a whole thing.
Don't do the.
It's a whole
noise.
thing.
Well, you kind of have to because we have that humming thing going on down here.
Yeah.
Well, fuck the humming thing.
Mm.
Yeah, like, yeah, seriously, like there is a difference between the civilian ones you buy and the ones that cops have. And I don't remember the exact wattage, but yeah,
Cops ones suck.
There's a lot of wattage.
37.
37.
That's a lot.
37 dicks worth of wattage.
See,
Hell yeah, dude. You're putting off that wattage. I like it.
in the original lore, Mike does have a little sister. She was the first one that died in the family. Her name was Elizabeth Afton, and she died because her father was making this animatronic in like the way that she wanted it to be, like the way she imagined it, and it like swallowed her. He made it into he made it into a killing device, and then after it killed her, he got paranoid and didn't want like the crying child to get near the animatronic, so he scared them away from.
Okay, so what
I
you're
think
telling
what you need to
essentially,
listen to Madison
bear, and
because
he would
she has
talk to
more
him through the
lore.
bear.
yeah, I think what's happening here though is there's too much lore in the games for them to have put it in the movie. Is what it is,
That's why
and
you gotta make more than one.
Jeremiah,
yeah.
I'm going to sit here.
But the
'cause I got
right
this.
way.
Well, I think that the great thing about
Eric's got to pee. He couldn't last 34 minutes, 35
okay.
minutes.
I'm good.
Oh, there's Jeremiah.
Girl, he almost fell down the stairs and no one even batted an eye.
He's like flipping his hair around and shit. Yeah. Like, what up, girls? I'm here for the
With my
sexual
hand
delights.
back and forth.
Continue with your fucking plot, man. Oh,
right.
I knew this would be a special one.
at the restaurant, Chica attempts to murder Abby, but Mike arrives and saves her. Mike is attacked and separated from Abby. The mascots are eventually defeated, but they are reactivated by Steve, who arrives wearing the yellow rabbit suit. Steve reveals himself to be William before knocking Mike unconscious. Knowing that the mascots need to understand the truth, Abby draws a picture of William murdering the children. She shows her drawing to the mascots, and they turn on William. The cupcake, another one of the mascots, bites off part of William's suit, which triggers the suit's internal spring-lock mechanisms, which severely wounds him. The mascots drag him into the back room where the blonde boy locks the door. Mike and Abby carry a wounded Vanessa out of the restaurant, which Vanessa is his daughter. They didn't talk about that. Vanessa ends up being William Ashton's daughter, and then like
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard's daughter, and then like he stabs her. They didn't say that. He stabs
No, they didn't say
her.
that in the plot.
Yeah, he stabs her and tries to kill her. So yeah, so she's wounded.
Yeah. Because she tries to shoot him and shit because she's like, stop.
She tries to save them.
Yeah.
And so
because
he
she's tired
stabs
of
her.
doing his bidding, essentially.
Yeah.
Essentially, for all these years, she had been working for him.
Yeah, that's one thing that they did get right. Like in the original lore and stuff, she was doing his bidding, but that she wasn't his daughter, and it was because of
Yeah, I
mind
think she's
control
just trying to like
As old as
push them
she
in a
is, Matthew.
direction.
There's no way Matthew Lillard's old enough to be her dad.
No.
What is she like? He'd have to be like 60 to be her dad, or to be her dad.
Pretty close.
Because she'd have to. She looks 30.
At least.
Yeah.
In the games, he's like supposed to be really old.
Yeah, he's.
But
not,
he
though.
never dies, so it don't
He's
matter.
like 54 in real life.
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, is he really? Yeah,
Yeah.
she might be then.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be her dad.
Matthew Lillard's forever young to me.
True.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at
Peer
me.
pressure, I'm far too sensitive.
Yeah.
Mike and Abby carry a wounded Vanessa out of the restaurant, though she falls into a coma afterwards and is taken to a hospital. Mike continues to look after Abby, and they return to their normal lives. The end.
All right. So there's some shit with this one. Okay, so Madison is a huge Five Nights of. She has been since she was a little fucker.
So I'm interested in hearing Madison's perspective, just because
Yeah.
she has been waiting. Like, I want to hear what you have to say about it, just because.
I agree. I'm with Karen on this.
Yeah, like I want to hear what you have to say, just because, like, it doesn't really matter what I think.
Right.
You know all of the background, all of the lore.
They have
all of
said
the-
100 times over that this movie was not made
Yeah, it
for
wasn't made for
everybody. It
me.
was made for the fans.
It wasn't made for me. It wasn't made, like,
Yeah.
you tell me what you thought, like, about it, because you know the background, you know what was important, what was interesting. What did you like, what didn't you like?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I liked the whole movie. I did, because I've been waiting so long for. I remember whenever I first started watching and playing the games that I would look up on YouTube Five Nights at Freddy's movie, because I was like, there's got to be a movie on this. There's got to be something explaining what's going on, because I have no idea. But there never was. There was only the fan made ones that I watched. Yeah, especially the one with the blue bunny. He wasn't ever.
So how did you feel about the movie though? Like, how did it make you? Like, did it serve you then? Did it make you?
Did it work? Did it
serve you?
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, well, it's supposed to be fan service. So
It made me want another one to explain more.
Did it live up
It
to your
was definitely-
expectations? Was it worth
Yeah.
the wait? Was it?
If there's another one, it'll be worth the wait.
no.
No.
That doesn't work. That
Okay,
doesn't work
just
for
like
me.
I felt about
About the
Terrifier
Terrifier,
2.
yeah.
Did it stand on its own? In your opinion?
It did.
No,
It
I'm
did
asking her.
Because
She
she's
is-
the fan, man. She's the Five Nights. She's the FNAF fan.
It did for like the first sequence of events. It did.
I was gonna
Because
say,
they're
I feel like the
wait.
first part of the movie,
That's how
like
I
the
felt
first,
too.
I'd say the first 2/3 of the movie was like, okay, this is for the fans, this is that. But then it got into like, okay, so the main character, they come alive and he's just like hanging out with him and his daughter or his sister and the cop lady. They're all just hanging out with the fucking Five Nights or the Freddy and all of his buddies. And I'm like, hold on, I don't think this is in the games. Like they weren't just
it's
hanging
not.
out with
That-
him.
That part confused me a lot.
Yeah.
It made me want to die a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Because the
Okay,
whole
'cause
point is like they're
I
very
felt the same way. Like when they became like kids inside of the animatronics, that kind of fell apart for me a little bit. And not because I
My soul died.
like if
that's
it
actually
wasn't-
in the games though.
Yeah, well,
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
games, the children were put into the animatronics.
Well,
and
no,
they're
no, no.
possessing
It
them
wasn't
and
so
everything.
much that the kids were inside of the animatronics.
They were acting like
It was
kids.
more like that they were
acting like kids.
no that they were like nice
Nice.
for a second. And I don't know why
they
that
were trying
bothered
to
me
get
for a second.
Abby on her side.
And I understand
Yeah,
that now,
but
I guess.
I didn't like that part either,
It-
especially
for-
whenever Bonnie fell backwards and held up
But
the thumbs up.
I
thought that was
guess
very
after
childish for what
watching
it
the
was.
overall movie, I get it now because it's kind of like, you can't have with a game, it makes sense that they're going to be completely like scary all the time.
Yeah.
With a movie, you can't have that.
Right.
So you're going to have that dead space there where they're going to be nice and they're going to try to trick and they're going to try to like pull in.
They need
that
they need to
character.
take a darker approach to it then.
They do.
And-
This was a
PG-13 in
rated-
that
yeah,
No,
this
no, no.
was-
I'm not even saying that.
I-
What I'm saying is like
No,
instead
it
of that,
needed to be rated R so it could have
I-
like
I get
gory,
that.
like the face thing.
I
was
get that.
waiting
Hold
for
on.
that.
hold on.
Rude ass.
Hold on. Listen, what I'm saying is like not that they need to make it rated R, but that they need to take those characters and maybe make it not that whole fun let's play and make a fort like scenario, that whole
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
That should have been hey, maybe he's had to take his sister to work and she's hiding out in the security room
Mhm.
because they're trying to get in, or that tense like scary 15 minutes of the movie or so should have been him trying to protect her, because not him being like, oh well, they're just possessed by kids and I guess we have to play with them. Like that was fucking stupid to me. Like they should have been hiding out in the security room or something, or like they should have made that whole section of the movie is what really made it more lighthearted. It made it less scary. So
I was
exactly.
I was waiting for this movie to be like absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, because the whole point of the Five Nights at Freddy games is that you're scared shitless because you're waiting for him to pop up.
Especially, like,
There
the
was only
jump
one
scare
jump
things.
scare in this entire movie.
I was waiting for
Yeah.
a scare at all in this movie.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
did not.
And that's really the
Well,
biggest
and that-
downfall of
yeah,
it. I'll
and
be honest
that's-
with you.
Yeah, that's
Because that's
Jerem-
what I can tell you right now. That's what the fans were looking for.
Yeah, that's what Jeremiah said. He said for a game that was based on jump scares, there was none of that.
There was
in this
one.
movie.
There was
Yeah,
one with Foxy in the hallway at the very beginning with the first security guard.
I didn't feel like that was a scare tactic though at all.
Well, that's what the games are all based on. They're all just jump scares. They're all jump
Yeah.
scares.
I didn't feel that.
Well, exactly, because there were none.
But
So-
you know me, jump scares get me. The gore
Yeah.
doesn't get me. It's the jump scares that get me.
And there
But
were
that's-
And,
but that's
like
the
in
point.
the Terrifier, I jumped.
Yeah.
I didn't jump at all for this one.
But that's the point. Is that like where were they?
right.
Like I feel like jump scares are cheap.
So, are you all right?
Would you like to share with the class?
Oh, sorry guys. Go ahead. I'm good.
Eric's not drunk at all.
Nope.
Hey.
No,
All right,
he's
so,
completely 100% sober.
So what we're
He's
gonna
like
do,
0%
is we're gonna go ahead and move into reviewing this motherfucker because we're running up on 45 minutes, and
Trying to keep it to an hour.
we're trying to keep it under an hour for you guys. So for this one, so Eric, let's get straight faced for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and do the reviews and see what everybody thinks of Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, some people have already know what the
I know what the
critics-
initial score was.
the critic score is, but they don't know what the audience score is. But we're gonna go ahead and do both anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the reviews, and we're gonna get into what they think. Well, actually, first off, let's get everybody else's review first. Let's do that. Actually, since Jeremiah's here,
Yeah,
let's
Mike,
let him.
introduce
Jeremiah, what do you?
Hey, this is
No, fuck
Jeremiah,
that. You're here, man. You take on a mic, you're in it, dude.
Yeah, I brought
You're
him
in it
into
to
this.
win it.
I'm just sitting here. The mic's in.
I brought him into this because I wanted to go take a piss, so he might as well stay in it. But anyways,
I didn't really
this
care
is
for it, if I'm being
this
honest.
is Jeremiah,
Get it-
guys. If you haven't been introduced to him, he is Karen's husband.
Wife?
I
Karen's
My
wife?
I literally
This is
about
my
said
wife.
Karen's wife. But this is Karen's husband. My brother.
He does have longer hair than her.
Yes.
So,
I have the short hair. He has the long hair.
It's fucking glorious.
let's hear his opinion on this movie.
Honestly, I didn't really care about it all that much.
You didn't care for it? What on a 1 to 10, man? What do you give it? You can do 0.5s.
I honestly.
Oh, should I put this
Out
on
of
the
10.
sheet?
Out of 10.
Yeah, you can.
I
Yeah.
can,
Shit.
I can gather.
Hold on, I wasn't prepared.
She's like, shit.
Wait, I wasn't
Hey.
prepared. Hold on,
You never.
I have to add it here. Hold on,
don't
and
know,
I guess
for
he's a
something
guest.
that's Based on jump scares, like
Don't even. Okay, so from your perspective, man, you got to look at it like this is just a movie to me.
Just a movie.
Just a movie to me.
Not jump
You don't
scare,
know
not
shit about the
scary,
games.
not anything
You don't know
like
shit
that,
about the
just
games.
as
What do you think of it as a movie?
To you.
I didn't really care for it. I think it went on far too long, and
On a
90%
scale
of it was boring.
on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I love that. I don't fucking know.
Did you enjoy it?
Like, I called out the Matthew Lillard thing.
He did really early.
I did too. I just didn't
Well,
say
I already
anything.
knew
I didn't
that
want to say
because
nothing.
Whenever they were casting.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
obviously it's a giveaway because of him.
Yeah, you're not gonna cast an
Like,
actor
he's
like
in it
that
for,
to
like,
be in
the
5
first
minutes of the
5
movie.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
And then you find
What
out
the fuck happened?
all that bullshit. And it's, yeah, I probably never watch it again.
So,
Unless there was the rumored R cut with the gore, I'd give it a go. But
so you
according to the director, it doesn't exist.
you would be
So what you have is a movie that doesn't know what it wants to be, and
You
it
would
goes
be-
on for way too goddamn long.
you would be below 5 at least.
Nah, I'd give it probably maybe a 2.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
God.
Damn.
Harsh.
That's like the lowest
That's
rating
the
we've
lowest
got.
rating we've gotten besides the 0 that Josh
God
gave
damn.
Infinity.
I'm
Everybody,
gonna
that's
say top
Jeremiah.
official in this job.
Like the
Damn.
best part of it was Matthew Lillard's like fucking 10 minutes, and even the end, like there was literally no reason why his costume had to be supernatural with the animatronics. It's just a dude in a rubber suit. That's all it is. It's like putting fucking claws in Chuck E. Cheese's outfit just because he didn't want to fucking do anything, and they're just like, yeah, fuck you, we're gonna fucking kill you. That's literally, there was no
Okay.
point. Absolutely no fucking point. That was fucking stupid.
That's what gave it a 2 then.
Give me one reason on why it needed to exist.
I can't. It's a movie.
Alright, next
No, he's talking about the
Matthew Lillard.
suit itself.
Yeah, I know. It's a movie. Yeah.
It's literally a dude in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
They did more with Godzilla, and that shit came out fucking how long ago? 90 years ago?
That guy's still in that suit, though.
It's not Godzilla, but I'll act like it's Godzilla.
It's Gojira.
Gojira!
Oh.
Gojira!
Alright,
All right, Eric. What do you
Alright,
give it, man?
So I'll give it. I'm not going to give the rating yet. I'm going to say, I enjoyed the videography to it. I want to give it the. Shut the fuck up. Commentary to
You can't
it.
sit next to each other anymore.
No. Surprised they're over there like touching each other in like
Hey,
sexual
hey,
manners.
Hey, that's my brother.
Hey, get off them titties. That's
I
my titties.
That's not my that's my titties.
Mm,
But anyways,
pretty sure that
back
they're
to the
mine.
movie, guys. I'm gonna try to keep it professional here.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
He's drunk on the
You know
job,
what? I
guys.
took
Can we
off
fire him?
and I replaced myself with somebody while I went and take a piss. That's professional. But anyways,
I can't help it. He didn't want to leave.
Yeah, back
He
to
said,
the
"Fuck
point.
you. Sit in your own chair. I got your chair. You get a different chair."
Back to the point. I enjoyed the commentary to it. I enjoyed the videography to it. I wish it was a little bit more rated R to it because I wanted a little bit more blood and gore to it. But I understand that they wanted to keep to the children audience because the children audience is what's brought the movie to light. So I'll respect that. I'll have to probably give it a. Honestly, I'll give it a 7. Because
Okay.
I actually.
Jeremy's like, "What the
Jeremiah's
fuck?"
like, what the fuck?
I went with a 2. You went with a
Look,
7.
I get it,
Like-
but I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the movie because it had its commentary.
I love Jeremiah's
Oh,
reaction.
shut
Like,
up.
what the?
Shut up! It's his review.
It is his review. Shut up.
I enjoyed the
You
commentary.
Godfather.
The Godfather, I'll give a fucking 8. But anyways,
You give this bullshit 1 below a fucking.
no, I said
masterpiece.
6.
You said 7.
Did I? I thought I said 6.
Oh, is it a 6 or a
You
7?
said 7.
All right, you know what? I'll give
Right.
Godfather a 9, and I'll give this an 8 or 7.
That still doesn't help your case.
Shut the fuck up.
Like literally 1 point below
Hey,
what some consider
Godfather's a
masterpiece.
masterpiece.
And
You're
you're
being
gonna
a real
consider
professional
it
right now,
bullshit.
okay?
Hey,
Shut
hey,
up.
Godfather's a masterpiece.
It's his review.
It's his
Anyways,
review. Let him
I'm
rate it
giving it a
however he
7.
wants.
I enjoyed the commentary. I enjoyed the videography. I wish there was a little bit more blood and gore to it, and I wish there was a little bit more rated R. But as far as a movie goes, I gotta go with a 7.
Okay. Jeremiah, don't get confused, man. We're always all over the fence, man.
Yeah, we are.
All right, Karen,
Me-
what are you gonna give this
me
fucking
may
movie?
disagree, but we gotta-
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it was unwatchable.
Yeah.
I can watch it again.
Shut up.
I'm glad those are your that's your family over there like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up. I ain't talking to you.
Mind your own business.
You are my business.
Yeah.
I was.
Your
I.
face is my business.
It was not unwatchable. I'm not a fan of the series. I'm not a fan of the games.
Shut your whore
I've
mouth.
never played it. Yeah, yeah. So I can't say I'm an expert on the subject. So basing it just on the movie, I like a lot of what Eric had to say based on it being like a horror movie. If I'm just basing it on it being a movie, I wish that it was more R-rated. I would have liked to see a little more scare factor. But as far as it being watchable, enjoyable, it wasn't awful. I didn't hate watching it. I wasn't sitting there the whole time, bored or hating it, or I was entertained. I wasn't upset or whatever. Yeah, it had faults. The acting wasn't awful. Matthew Lillard always brings it. That Josh Hutcherson guy didn't do an awful job. The Abby girl I thought was amazing. I thought she was really good. Both of you can suck my dick.
What? Both of us. It was him. It was not me.
It was definitely just Eric.
I don't care. Both of them can suck my dick. Okay, Eric especially.
I literally did nothing.
Yeah.
It was all on him.
It's okay, Jeremiah. I've got your back, dude.
It's not the point.
It's not the point. She flipped me off.
I did nothing wrong.
I got everybody in trouble. I'm alright.
Goddamn kids.
I'm going to go a little bit above midway, and I'm just going to say a 6, because it was not...
I called that shit.
It was not unwatchable. I enjoyed myself. Jesus
Eric's
Christ.
gone, man. Eric's gone.
Yep.
The only way to get Eric to talk during the podcast really is to get him drunk. Why though? Why did- Why are you crying so much? Like you're laughing so much you're crying. All right, so
I found it entertaining and watchable.
Okay. So Karen gave it a 6. Oh boy. All right, so I'm gonna go with me. I'm gonna do Madison last because she's the big fan.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go with her last. I think for me, is that my phone? It was.
No, it was the sky. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Hold on.
Might be.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
If you stop talking.
So
Someone
for
get
me,
it.
I think that with this movie, I agree. It's not unwatchable. I don't know a lot about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore or anything like that. All I know is that it's some stupid fucking video game that is about jump scares and watching, like security cameras and all that. It's not a very high budget game. I just know that it's really popular with a lot of people, a lot of kids, and it's all about jump scares. And but it's grown this huge cult following, which I know there's not any jump scares in the movie really. And I agree because we're as who we are as like not fans of the games, we think that this movie should have definitely been rated R. It would have fared better for us as an audience if it were rated R.
For us as an
But-
adult audience.
Yes, but we are not fans of the game franchise, and I get where they're trying to go with the movie, with trying to pay fan service. We cannot sit back and say that we hate them for that, because what do we all want out of our video game adaptations but fucking, like, just an honest to God good adaptation of what we love? Like, we would have killed for, like, a better adaptation of, like, Street Fighter. Hold on, that's cinematic gold. What am I talking about?
Made a fucking Street Fighter movie?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, John Glover.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what do you mean?
What
Like,
the fuck?
so like, I mean, just anything like that, like the old, like a lot of video game adaptations, like the Resident Evil movies. You know what I mean? Like, we would have loved a great adaptation of that. But like these kids nowadays, like, I think that people are starting to understand, like, hey, we're paying attention to the wrong crowds. So the kids are loving this shit. They're eating this stuff up. They're like, all right, we're going to pay fan service with this movie, and we're going to do what the kids love and what the fans want. And I think that they did that a little bit with this movie. Because according to Madison a little bit here, is that's what they were doing. They're trying to pay it more. But for me, it does nothing for me. Me as just an average guy, like, I play video games, but I've never played these games. I've just watched my kids play them. I've watched several videos that they watch, like of Markiplier and all that, playing the games. I love Markiplier, I will say that. And and it gets more of a, it gets a higher score for me in my opinion, for doing that, for paying that service to the people that made the game so popular and so great. Because that's huge, man. That's awesome. I want more of that, man. I want more of, like,
That's a very good point.
I want more adaptations of games that are true to the source material.
That's a very
Like,
good point.
you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. I don't care if I like it. I want them to like it. The people who actually supported the game and loved the game.
Mm-hmm.
All three of my kids were infatuated with this movie the whole time we were watching it out there.
And I gotta say,
I didn't hear a peep out of Jackson. I didn't hear a peep out of Gavin. They were just loving it the whole time. They just loved it. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. That's what I want out of the movie. And as for me, though, my opinion on the movie is it's not a terrible movie. It's a good movie. It's PG-13 for a reason, because they're trying to appeal to that audience of kids. It's not going to be rated R because it can't be overly violent. It can't be sexual. Can't have a bunch of cuss words, because you got to be able to take your at least teenage kids to see this movie. I agree. I get why they did it, because it is not for us, man. It's not for us 30-some-year-old, almost 40-year-old people. No, what are you laughing about? I'll fucking take my score right down.
I didn't do anything to you.
yeah,
I was laughing at facial expressions.
Fuck.
But
your
anyway, I
Screw
think that this
you.
movie, did the right thing in doing what they did with a PG-13 rating and paying homage to the people that made the games so popular. You know, the kids, you know, like the teenage kids nowadays.
Mhm.
Name one 18-year-old that played this fucking game or high or older. None. They're all teenagers right now. She's 16. She loves this fucking game. My son is 10. He loves this fucking game. The other one's 8. He loves the game. He loved the movie.
Jack is 9.
Yeah, Jack is 9. He loves the movie. I think he loved the movie
He
from
did.
what I could tell.
Yeah, and
So-
I've never played the game, so
120
I
out
can't
of 10
really
was his
say-
opinion.
120 out of 10.
Yeah.
See? So, and I love that. And for that, I'm going to give this movie a 7. I'll give it a 7. It's part of my opinion. But the only, I was going to give it a 6, but the fact that my kids love it and they said it was great and they were infatuated with it and it paid fan service, man.
You know,
I'll give it
honestly-
that extra point
you
for
know,
that.
Honestly, it coming from the kids' point of view, since they're the ones playing the game, they should be the ones giving the most review on it.
I agree. Yeah, like I think that the kids are the ones who are like, they're like, Dad, you know what I mean? Like both my boys got up and were like, that was awesome. That was amazing. My son didn't want me to stop the movie because he wanted to see it all the way through the credits to see if there was any end credit scene or something, you know? And
Yeah.
but they were like flipping out even over the music during the credits. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know you've done something right. We were doing the same thing with the Mortal Kombat movie at their age.
Definitely, yeah.
It wasn't like the best movie, but it was still awesome.
Yeah, and that's
You
like
know,
a
and it was
perfect
appealed towards
comparison.
kids.
That's a perfect comparison to us. Like as
That is the perfect
a kid-
comparison,
as
yeah.
a kid, when we were young, Mortal Kombat, like the music, the videography, the combat, everything was like
It wasn't
appealing
overly
to-
gory. There
it
wasn't a
was-
bunch of
yeah,
sex
it
or
was
violence.
It was appealing to
Yeah, they weren't
us.
dropping the F bomb. Yeah, we
As
loved
far
it
as
because we
Five
were
Nights-
kids.
Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah.
This might be appealing to the
This
kids'
is going to be
audience
that movie. Like, I still love the Mortal Kombat movie to this day
Yeah.
because of the way they did
Now,
it. And I grew up on that movie.
Annihilation, that might be a different
No, no,
story.
we're not gonna go
That's
there.
like a whole fucking
Yeah.
like, no.
So I'm going to
But-
say 7 out of 10 for this one for me because I'll give it what it's gained. And it's not unwatchable. Like, you can watch it with your kids.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
It's not a bad
It's
movie.
it's not something. That's
Yeah, it's got
gory,
its
there's
flaws.
no
It's got its
nudity.
flaws, Jeremiah. I get it.
There's no
But
nudity.
you can't- you
there's
have
no
to accept it
gory,
for what
there's
it
no
is.
Nothing that you could where you couldn't watch this with your kids. So give it a chance.
Yeah. All right.
I know. I'm
The moment we've all been waiting for,
Girl, you know
Madison.
Madison would be the perfect review on this.
Yeah.
because
She's the
played
one you
the
need to
game,
listen
she's
to, not
watched
us.
it,
You
and
guys
she's
literally know I
very
don't know how to
interested
explain
in this.
anything that comes to mind.
But
I
you
love
know the
for it.
game, you
Hey.
saw the movie.
This
I do.
is your opinion. Give it to us. Hey, don't make me get my drill sergeant out where I'm going like this. Where it's 4 fingers. What the fuck do you think? Anyways, go ahead.
Anyways.
All right, let's do this. Come on.
I don't know where to start. Give me a topic.
What did you? All right. How did it match up to the games?
How did it match up to the games?
Yeah.
Well, I know there were scenes in it from the books, like the scene where she's hiding from Fox.
So there's books. Are they written by the same guy that wrote the stories for the games?
Scott Cawthon had.
So he wrote all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, in the books, in the very beginning of book 1, Charlotte was this Charlie. She died. She was the little girl that died. She was William Afton's original business partner's daughter, and she was in the beginning of the book, and she was hiding from Foxy behind the arcade. That was in the movie, but instead of Charlie, it was the little girl Abby, and but in the book, she crawls behind the arcades, and Foxy starts throwing them. She didn't get in the ball pit. There wasn't one, but there were things in the movies that was similar in the books and the games and stuff. The big thing that was missing though was the doors. Like the doors were like the main part of the first game, and it wasn't in the movie. Like, you know how they're in the security office and you click those buttons, and the door like
Yeah, the door's
falls
shut. Yeah. I mean, they did that a little bit, but
They didn't.
not like they did at the beginning, and it like that's what I said about the first 2/3 of the movie being like more like the games and kind of like following that. But then like once it got into like him meeting the animatronics and all that stuff, like then it just took this weird left turn. That's where I was kind of like, oh, it's now they're kind of like straying away
They're
from what the video
afraid.
games. Yeah, they're straying away from what the games were. So that was weird to me because
Yeah.
I do know a little bit about the games. Like,
There was a lot in common with the games, like, but it wasn't enough to like match up with the lore from the game. So it was like new lore, but like it feels like in the books they redid the lore too. So they've redid the lore so
yeah,
many
but
times.
is
And
the
then they
lore
try
in
to,
the
like,
movie a
cook it
little
up, and then there's some dead lore. that-
right? But the lore in the movie would it have been less confusing?
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
that's
mean?
the whole. That's what
Well,
draws
I
everyone
mean,
into the.
Look at Marvel. You know, you have
Yeah, they've taken a lot of liberties
yeah,
with
so
the
like
stories
lore
and
from Quicksilver.
yeah,
From the comic to the movie, it was completely different.
they've changed it twice now.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of lore that's different. Between
Yeah, I
the
mean,
comic
I
and
get
movie.
that, but like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of lore differences, but sometimes they have to do that. It's kind of like books. It's hard to translate into film.
Well, it's harder.
So,
to make a movie.
You've got
because
you've
a
got an
lot
8-hour
more-
game here compared to
Yeah.
an hour and a half movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
A lot more content in a
Yeah.
book than you do a movie.
So I don't know. I just wonder where like you stand.
I know, I'm trying to get there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry,
I don't know where I was now.
We were just.
I'm just like I'm confused. Like this is where like I battle with my like I know how you feel because you like me as a, like a long time. I play a lot of games and I've seen a lot of my games that I loved get turned into movies and
Or it's the same way with
you know,
books to movies. I mean,
books to
there's
movies
a lot
or
more
shows or
content
whatever
that's missing
turn
and
into
stuff like
movies
that.
and you're like yeah but how does it stack up in turning things into movies is a very very hard thing. It's a hard feat
because you gotta
because
shorten a lot of
well you gotta you gotta condense everything down into at least a 2-hour movie and it's hard to do. So I can only imagine that like all the lore and shit that you're talking about with like the Five Nights at Freddy thing, all their lore with like I think he's called the Purple Man.
The purple guy.
The purple guy, is that what they call him?
Not the just purple guy.
The purple guy, okay, whatever. So like all that stuff, it's all condensed into like this little 1 hour, hour and a half
Why
movie.
does it have to be that though? It can be multiple movies. There are ways to
But
do that.
the problem
But
is,
I'm not complaining.
You
You're
Right.
not letting me finish. I'm not complaining
Yeah.
that the lore is different. I understand that.
okay,
I understand that, and I can't really hate the movie at all. Like no matter like if there were bad parts, like whenever Bonnie fell down and Hello Thumbs Up, that part bothered me a lot. But I can't hate it because I've been waiting so long for it that I have to enjoy it for what it is.
I get that. I agree. That's how we felt about the Mortal Kombat movie back
Yes.
in like what
Exactly.
94 or something, 95.
There was so much content that was missing in the Mortal Kombat movie compared to the game.
But you loved it because you got what you got out of what it was. You're like,
Right.
God damn it! I was just been waiting for this. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like you wanted it.
Exactly.
But it still holds up to this day because you're like, God damn it, that was nostalgia right there. Well, like I loved it. I
Like,
grew up with that.
Perfect example, like Reptile, like how out of the nowhere he would just come out of becoming
Yeah.
out of a statue.
A statue or whatever. Yeah, that was weird.
Okay,
But you're
but-
like, I don't give a shit. It's fucking
But
Reptile.
In the
Like
movie, it was like so fucking intense. It was like okay,
because it was
yeah,
one of the
let's
best
go.
fight scenes in the whole fucking
Exactly.
movie.
It was, the music to it. Was
Yeah.
fucking-
Oh yeah.
fucking
That hard
And that's
techno.
another thing too. In this movie, the music's really good. Like especially at the end credits. Like the first one, you kind of see that coming because that's like the theme song for the whole franchise. But like the second one, like the creepy marionette song, like that.
You shut your mouth.
Hold on. Put that up to the mic. You gotta hear that.
That's actually the original.
That
You
shit
want
hits
Reptile?
hard, dude. That
I
shit
got-
hits hard.
got
I
the
actually
Reptile.
used to listen to this when I jogged.
Fuck yeah, because it's fucking it goes, man. Sorry, I was getting into
Or
it.
when I boxed. I used to listen to this too.
That's a badass fucking song.
'Cause
That's
think
what we
about
got
it,
to
like,
go
when
on.
when you box.
Yeah, it's got a good rhythm.
Yeah.
I know you don't have that. That wasn't in the games. That was just in the movie. But that shit still sticks. Anyway,
Oh,
Sorry.
I got the Mortal Kombat.
hold on. Now we're not getting into this. Shh, calm down.
Sorry, you brought up the song and I
Yeah,
just
know.
had to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like the song at the end from the Marionettes music box, it was like it, but it wasn't as like simple. It was creepier. It was like if they played that in the game, I would have freaked out. I wouldn't have wanted to like. I'd have to look away or like take my headphones out because it was creepy. Like if it was that slow and that like because it goes fast in the game. Once you let the marionette out, it plays really fast. But at the end, it was like slow and creepy, and it was like, oh, like all you can like really imagine is like, you know, those horror movies whenever people are like crawling down the hallways or like rocking a baby doll in a rocking chair. Just like creepy, like that kind of creepy, like what's gonna happen in like 2 seconds.
Okay, so how do you feel about the movie then?
I have to like the movie. I can't hate it.
Okay, then how do you feel about the movie? What's your rating?
My rating? I have to give it. I can't give it an 8, but I don't want to give it a 7.5 because it feels too little. But I have to give it a 7.5 because I can't give it an 8.
You need plenty of room for improvement for the second one.
Yeah.
So 7.5?
Yeah.
7.5.
There
All
has
right.
to be a second one too. If there's not a second one, I'm probably gonna die. You guys.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's get into so what do we got for our
Aggregates 5.9.
5.9?
5.9.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not the worst we've done. Even with Jeremiah's 2. He's like,
Gee, what do you want from me?
What
You're
do
the
you
one
want
that
from-
told me to
he's like,
rate
you're
it.
the one who told me to sit the fuck down. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do the Rotten Tomatoes. There is an audience score and there is a critic score now. So let's go around. Jeremiah, you're here, man. Let's start with you. What do you think for, you probably cheated on this because you already know.
Actually,
It's changed since you looked at it last, but
yeah. When I last looked, it was 27 critics, and there was no audience. But if I had to go with the audience,
no, it's just critics right now. Just critics first.
critics?
Just critics right now.
Yeah, we're just doing
We're
critics.
going to do
We
that,
always start
yes,
with
after
critics.
the audience or after critics.
That's right. Sorry, guys.
Come on, man. Get your shit together, man.
Shit, as much as I watch.
If you want to drink on the job, you got to
You
know
would
what the
think
fuck
that
you're
you
doing.
would know.
I will get
This is the first time I'm down on it.
It's all right. Just
you're
just
good.
just
You're
the
good.
critic score first.
I'll stick with the original. We'll do 27.
27. Okay.
27 with the critics. I'm going to go with. Fuck.
I'm going to say it
You
went
know
up
what?
to 32.
I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 85.
80.
Why? Because this is a critics review and this is a very popular
I'm
movie.
going 29. I'm going right.
29.
Sounds like
Yeah.
it.
I said 32.
Your
32.
faces are-
Jeremiah will take this. It is a 25% still.
It
I was
went
gonna
down.
say that.
Critics.
but I was like,
Critics
I
25%.
was high.
When I
Oh,
seen
you
it,
won. You won.
No,
You got
I
it.
know.
You
When
said-
Yeah.
I'm saying, when I seen it, it was 27.
Yeah.
It went down.
Yeah.
It's gone down a little bit. Yeah. It was actually at 22% earlier. Wherever I
it went
looked at
back
it.
up.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
went back up to 25.
Oh, wow.
That's,
So.
This is the original.
All right. So audience score.
32.
You knew
Audience,
34.
it's gonna largely
Now hold on.
depend
I'm gonna give you guys
42.
this. Hold on.
42.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna give you this. It's gonna be different because it is an audience score. This is not a
But like
fucking.
kids aren't getting on there and rating it. Why would they
Well,
do that?
Just saying.
I was gonna say like it's gonna depend like if it's the right audience. So I'll say
Well, what'd you say?
I said 85 for critics. I said 40
38.
38. What do you guys got?
85 audience.
34.
Okay,
I'm just reversing your
I'm going
critic score.
42 in audience. He's going 85.
85.
I'm sticking with 34.
Jeremiah's gonna take this. It's an 88% audience
Whoa.
score.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Apparently, the audience really liked this. This is out of 250 plus verified
I'm
ratings.
actually happy to hear that.
I am too. I saw that score. I was like, that makes me happy. I'm glad that I enjoyed it, so other people have enjoyed it.
The original
I was really sad to hear that it was initially getting bad reviews.
Yeah, like initially it was getting bad reviews from the critics, and I'm like, okay, but they probably didn't play the
It's
fucking
kind of
game.
like fuck you.
And I was looking at that. Then I saw the audience scores. Like that makes more sense. Like for what they were going for here, that makes more sense.
The original ripped off.
I mean, it's kind of like fuck you guys.
Right. So I'm gonna try to find a couple of reviews. All right, here's one. Here's a 0.5 star. This movie was a total disrespect for the fans that waited for years to finally watch the movie from the franchise. It has nothing to do with the lore, and it's boring from beginning to end. I will admit, it is a little bit boring through a lot of it. A lot of it is kind of boring. Some of it is boring, like up to the point that I'm like, I get that you're like whining about your family and this and that and the loss of your brother, but dude, we're not here for that. We're here for Freddy and the other animatronics.
I heard that Bonnie was supposed to be like the most aggressive out of all of them, and he wasn't. I
He
didn't
wasn't,
hear a
yeah.
peep out of him.
All right, here's
Fox
another
was.
half star. Movie was indeed very rotten. Musical happy montage of the FNAF crew doing silly things made me want to jump off a bridge. I'm going to agree with that because the whole part where they were like being like jolly and shit, like good friends and blah blah blah, that was dumb.
That's how I felt too. I literally
Oh,
turned
that's
around.
what
I
I
was
said.
I'm
Like
gonna
I
kill
didn't.
myself.
Building
That was the
a
one part
fucking
that I
tent.
didn't.
I'll give you. I'm gonna find
And
one
like
more here.
it didn't fit the rest of the movie. It just
Right, it didn't.
I give it a 5 out of 5.
This one guy said half star. Won't let me give it 0 stars.
will
Here's a
say
star
for-
and a half. Great production, terrible screenplay. Here's half star. Disgusting, terrible, and an inappropriate way to waste time. Okay. 1 star. The movie was just so repetitive and it was so boring. This movie was so overrated and not worth seeing in theaters or even watching it.
Your face is
Well, okay.
overrated.
So, those are just bad reviews. There's a lot of good reviews in there. So,
I will say for somebody that's
That's
not
fucked up.
a fan of the games, I really enjoyed Wally's Wonderland. The Nicolas
yeah,
Cage one.
because it's Nicolas
Are you
Cage.
talking
Like,
No, it was more brutal. It was like
That
there
is
was,
more-
you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
there was a
agree.
lot of blood and gore,
Yeah.
and you know.
So, all right. So, that's
No,
our
not-
review.
Not
Willie's.
Moose out front should have told you, dude. It has nothing to do with this.
Hey. Willie's. You
Oh,
said
yeah,
Walmart.
Willie's. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, my drinks
All right.
must be
Anyway,
catching up to
so
me.
if you haven't seen
I don't know why she's so bitter.
Five Nights at Freddy's, it's on Peacock, still streaming, and it's also in theaters. It literally just came out today, which would be Friday, whatever the fucking date is, 26th or something. Hold on,
27th.
Friday the 27th.
Actually, it came
27th
out yesterday.
shows.
Oh, it came out last night. I'm
Technically
sorry.
it did, yeah. It
Hey,
was telling
so
me
I'm
about
fucking right. Oh, there we go.
Oh my God, calm
it was
down.
supposed to come out just today.
Anyway, so if you want to watch the movie, go watch it. It's on Peacock with your paid subscription, whatever. But anyway, so we will be back on our usual schedule watching. What was the movie we were doing?
Twins.
Oh, Twins. Sorry, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
And twins.
Yeah,
Should
so
be a little bit
we'll
more
be back on
simple.
that, but we just wanted to give you this little bit because why not? You know what I mean? Anyway, so till you see us again on Wednesday morning or hear us, whatever it may be, don't forget about the our things down here, all the wonderful socials and YouTubes and Rumbles and all that good stuff. Don't forget about that stuff, and we will be doing more with the Instagram and the Snapchat, or not the Snap. We don't have no fucking.
No, I was-
The TikTok,
Snapchat.
yeah.
TikTok.
Sorry, I get all of them confused, man. There's too many socials.
I
man.
got more.
Even though I'm
TikToks
feeling a little
and
buzzed,
things and-
I can still call that TikTok.
I got
Hey.
TikTok.
Anyway, till you see us next time. Bye, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Suck a fat
Bye.
dick. Sorry, don't suck a fat dick unless you want to.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It is Friday night.
Adios.